For the first time in NFL history, the Super Bowl will be played in Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, Sunday, February 11th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We are just 4 days away from the biggest day of the NFL season. Hello, friends. Alongside Elijah Weintraub, Jack Rizzo here with this week's edition of the 12th Horseshoe Podcast. It is great to be back as we get ready for the Super Bowl. Eli, how are you doing today? And are you ready for the Super Bowl?
With that kind of an intro, I forgot to roll my dice on bring my dice that was upstairs and roll it on the thing. But either way, I'm happy to be here. Happy Super Bowl pregame Wednesday. Super excited. We have a lot to look forward to in the Super Bowl. It's coming in Vegas. A lot of bets will be played and bet, and there'll be a lot of gambling going on down there. It's gonna be a lot of fun to watch the Super Bowl. Not only it's gonna be a rematch of Super Bowl 54, which is gonna be exciting, and there's a little bit more in store for a lot of these players. It's not more than just a regular game like it usually is. It's more than that for certain players, and we'll get into all that a little bit later.
Yeah, for sure. It should be. So this year's Super Bowl. We talked about the NFC Championship games last week. I said last year. I don't know why, but this year's Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas, Nevada, 6:30 p.m. on CBS and also on Nickelodeon. Is that correct,
Yep.
Eli?
Yes, okay. Nickelodeon and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Yep. And it's
according to Roger Goodell, we got to legally say that now because
and it is the
morning about this whole live streaming stuff.
It is a rematch of Super Bowl 54 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams that we all expected to be contenders this year, so really no surprises there. Both teams had their struggles, though, at points in the season. The Niners had that rough stretch in the middle of the season, and the Chiefs were kind of limping into the playoffs, but both of them brought their best games to the postseason. Two come from behind wins for the Niners. The Chiefs just being the vintage Chiefs that we all know they are. And this is certainly going to be a great game, Eli. I know people are disappointed that this game, it wasn't the Ravens and the Lions, and people are saying that they're not even going to watch the Super Bowl. But, I mean, come on, Eli. We all know that everyone's going to watch the Super Bowl. And
everyone's going to be watching the Super Bowl. Literally every show you could possibly think of is geared to the Super Bowl right now. Even Wheel of Fortune is geared to the Super Bowl right now. So everything in the United States right now is focused on the Super Bowl. That's the biggest event in the world. And if you're in Las Vegas time, the game is at 3:30, which means you'll be done by 6:30 with the Super Bowl, maybe 7:30 the latest. That means you get to party all night, whoever the winner is.
Yeah, especially if you're a Niners fan and you live out on the West Coast.
Correct.
But
Kansas City,
you're all right, though. I just realized that the Super Bowl will start at 3:30 p.m. local time in Las Vegas. So the sun might be shining on Allegiant Stadium there in Vegas. So I don't know if they get any sunlight in that stadium, but that's not really the point, though.
No matter what, it's always hot there. It's cold right now, but it's always hot there.
Let's see the weather. Do you know what the weather's going to be like on Sunday in Las Vegas?
The roof will be closed.
It's not a retractable roof, though. Let's see what the weather's going to be.
I'm just saying. So I don't think the weather will have a big factor, but getting to the stadium could have.
It's going to be a beautiful 54 degrees and sunny in Las Vegas on Sunday, February 11th for the Super Bowl. It certainly should be a good one, Eli. The Super Bowl, of course, is on CBS. The last Super Bowl, it feels like every Super Bowl that's aired on CBS is played in a really warm location. Tampa Bay in 2021, Atlanta, Georgia in 2019. Yep. San Francisco in 2016. It was warm that day for the Super Bowl. New Orleans in 2012 or 2013. Miami in 2010. Miami also in 2007. It feels like what were you saying?
NBC and Fox go from hot to cold. 48 for Fox was in the cold in MetLife. 52 they had. No. They had 53. No, they didn't have 50. 51, they were indoors. It wasn't an issue. 54, they were outside. It was hot. And then it was in Arizona. Yeah, so yeah, they go from hot to cold, I guess. NBC went from Minneapolis to SoFi. So yeah, you can make that argument.
Yeah, for sure. Before Minneapolis, they were in Phoenix, which is pretty hot. So yeah, it's certainly an interesting cycle. Though one thing to point out, though, Eli, is now instead of CBS, Fox, and NBC rotating every 3 years, it's now going to be a 4-year rotation with ESPN and ABC being added in. And they will call their first Super Bowl 2027. Well, 2026 season, I think 2027. Yes. The year, like the Super Bowl will be in 2027. Next year's Fox, the year after is NBC, and then it's ABC, ESPN. So that's certainly a big development. Correct. And also, we do have the locations for the next 3 Super Bowls, or I believe the next 2 Super Bowls at least.
I know next year's San Francisco, right?
Next year's New Orleans.
New Orleans, right? Sorry, New
Yep.
Orleans. Yes, I forgot about that. The
Next year's
logo's out of color.
the year
Sorry.
after is San Francisco,
Yeah,
and then
San
the year after
Francisco.
that is I think SoFi. I think
Yeah, I
they
think
did
it's
announce
SoFi, yeah.
SoFi again.
They're
Hang on,
staying on the West Coast.
yeah, I don't really know if I agree with that, honestly. I mean, I feel like
Disagree.
the Super Bowl needs to come back to like Indianapolis, it did a great job there in 2012.
Right.
It honestly
It could
should
come back to Jersey, to be honest.
that if they want to blow out everyone's knees, then sure, we'll come back, Eli. But
Remember, Jack, hold on. I don't know if you heard the news lately. The FIFA World Cup is coming to MetLife Stadium. The final will be played at MetLife Stadium, which means
I don't know how I feel about that. That's a pretty big.
Did you not hear about
story,
it?
though. Of course I did. But that's a huge story for here, Eli.
Which means that legally, according to the FIFA rules, that they have to convert to grass to play soccer.
Yeah, certainly.
So it means they have to go from turf to grass. That also includes for the rest of the NFL stadiums. I'll read the small list that is here: Seattle's Lumen Field, San Francisco's Levi Stadium, Los Angeles SoFi Stadium, Houston's NRG Stadium, Kansas City's Arrowhead Stadium, Miami's Hard Rock Stadium, Dallas AT&T Stadium, Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Philadelphia's Lincoln Financial Stadium, and Boston's Gillette Stadium all have to convert to grass for the FIFA World Cup for the most part. MetLife for sure has to. The rest of them, I believe, they have to go to grass. I'm not 100% sure about that part, but they could play turf, if I'm not mistaken. But I believe it's grass. But you will see a lot of these stadiums going back to grass because of the World Cup. So just expect that in the future, just in case you're interested. So we don't know when it will take place. MetLife obviously has the Stadium Series in 2 weeks, which is the hockey outdoor event.
We're both going to be there, so that should be fun.
On 2 different days. I'm the Saturday, he's the Sunday.
Yep. I will say though that the World Cup final will be on July 19th, 2026 at MetLife Stadium. The semifinals, so the Final Four, they will be played in Arlington, where the Cowboys play, and Atlanta, where the Falcons play. So a couple of indoor stadiums. They're with retractable roofs, but it's going to be in the middle of the summer. So I'm assuming both of them will be closed. And then the third place game will be played in Miami at Hard Rock Stadium.
Right. And they also have games in Mexico and Canada.
Yep, that's right, Eli. But let's get back on the topic of football, though, and let's continue with our conversation about the Super Bowl. There's going to be a lot of fun things to watch. I think what I'm most looking forward to, though, this might actually surprise you. I'm really interested to see how the Kansas City defense, the defense that has played so well all year, holds up against all the weapons the 49ers have, from Christian McCaffrey to Deebo Samuel to George Kittle to the amazing offensive line. And, that's it. She is a pretty big weapon for them. And Brock Purdy. How do you think the Chiefs defense is going to hold up against this elite 49ers offense, Eli?
I think they're going to deliver. And I think one note to keep in mind of whenever the Chiefs are the underdogs, they go the extra mile. I feel like with this Chiefs defense, they've been pretty good this entire season. Obviously, they had their wishy-washy moments, but against this 49ers team, who obviously played tough, they obviously beat the 49ers, the Ravens. So that was pretty huge win for them. I think that in this particular moment, though, the Chiefs defense is absolutely going to stay on top. They're going to deliver one of their best performances of all time against this 49ers team, because considering the fact that you played the 49ers already before in the Super Bowl, you got to have that. You have the same kind of mindset in the team right now, saying, okay, well, you played them once. I know it was a different team when they played them in the Super Bowl 54, but you got to just add those factors in there.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's certainly a lot of variables in this game. I think the 49ers defense is going to do really well. I think, obviously the stadium is indoors. We'll see what happens, though. But, I'm really interested to see, though, how they hold up against Patrick Mahomes. The last time these two teams played, the 49ers allowed 44 points to the Chiefs.
Correct.
Now, it could be a lot different this year. The Chiefs offense is certainly not as potent as it was the last few years. And the offense certainly struggled.
No, but when you have Patrick Mahomes, he is a dangerous weapon, and Travis Kelce is going to have extra pressure on himself, as I think his goal, I think he mentioned the media night, was to bring home hardware. And what I mean by hardware is a trophy, because, his girlfriend took home 2 Grammys. So, yeah. So I think an album of the year broke Grammy history, but that's not the point. So I think that the goal right now is obviously for him to win the game and to bring something extra home on top of what Taylor's bringing home. And hopefully it'll be good. And I think that's going to motivate the Chiefs. I know you're going to hear a lot about Taylor Swift throughout the game, but I think that's what the focus is on. And I think that's the goal. And I think that has a big impact to the Chiefs and how they play. I think 100%. If you don't think that she is not, but I believe so.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of conspiracy theories, but we'll see what happens. But one conspiracy theory I actually found about, you know how Taylor Swift's lucky number is 13, right? Did you know
Correct.
that?
Yep, I heard
Um,
about that.
yeah. So
And the
here's
rumor is,
from this source I
yep,
found from Fox 59 News. I believe this is
yep,
from Indianapolis. I'm not sure though.
yep.
This is Super Bowl 58, and of course 5 plus 8 is
It's
13. The
13.
49ers are in this game. 4 plus 9 is 13. The
13.
49ers are the 1 seed in the NFC. The Chiefs are the 3 seed in the NFC. When you put those together, that equals 13.
13.
Taylor
And
Swift
the,
is scheduled.
and the Super Bowl's played on the 11th.
Yeah, February 11th. So 2 plus 11 is also 13.
13.
But also, the flight from Tokyo to Las Vegas, where she'll be performing the night before, is approximately 13 hours.
How fixed is this? How fixed is this Super
In
Bowl?
addition, this will be her 13th appearance at a Chiefs game this season. And it will also, if you subtract 13 from 100, you get 87, which is Travis Kelce's number that he wears. So this is one of the conspiracy theories that is going around. But yeah,
Good
I don't
homework.
believe in conspiracy theories. I do maybe think the NFL scripted, but we'll see though. But
Well, did you hear this one scripted though? Adam Schefter posted on Twitter that yesterday, X formerly Twitter, that the NFL Roger Goodell and the NFL told the CBS chairman that the game is going to double overtime. That could be going, and if that is true though, I think this is fixed. 13 teams lose.
yeah.
Get the joke, but not that funny. Sorry.
Yeah, it's oh
I
my
laugh, but
goodness.
it's not that.
These theories are so funny, but we'll see what happens though. But Eli, I'm gonna ask you a quick question for both teams. Which player do you think is key to either of these teams? So pick one player from both teams that you think is the most important for them to perform for the team to win.
For the Chiefs,
We'll start with the Chiefs. Okay.
Patrick Mahomes. There's absolutely no question that Patrick Mahomes is the man and the answer for the Kansas City Chiefs. There is nothing that they can do without Patrick Mahomes. The defense is one thing, but you need Patrick Mahomes, and I think that is their key to success. And the throws he made, the plays he makes, he is a playmaker, and I think he is key. Obviously, I have my beef that they're becoming this new Patriots team, but they're lucky to have Patrick Mahomes because he is one of the best quarterbacks right now that we have in the market after Tom Brady has left the league.
How about for the 49ers?
For the 49ers side of things, I think Christian McCaffrey. I think he's an absolute dangerous weapon to look out for because Brock Purdy is a very good quarterback. But once the ball goes into McCaffrey's hand, he is a whole different run game. He is a potential nominee for winning that MVP tomorrow at the NFL Honors, also on CBS and NFL Network. He holds the best opportunity, in my opinion. He is a dangerous weapon in the catching area, and it's going to be a dangerous weapon in regards to scoring. He will help definitely score a lot of touchdowns for the 49ers, and this will be a huge game for him and the rest of the team to watch out for.
Yeah, by the way, the Honors tomorrow night will be hosted by Keegan-Michael Key.
For the second straight year.
Night. Yep. And so I'll answer the question too. So for the Chiefs, I'm going to go with Rashee Rice. I think the Chiefs are going to need that receiving core to step up and actually catch the football. We know Patrick Mahomes is going to deliver the football, but it's up to the receivers to catch it. We know Travis Kelce is a Rashee Rice has to continue to make the plays he's been making in the postseason. And for the 49ers, I'm actually going to go with Nick Bosa. He has to get to Patrick Mahomes frequently, force some pressure on him. The Ravens did not get enough pressure last week, especially in the first half. So they got to pressure Mahomes early and often if they want to win this game. But I think we've talked about this game enough though, Eli. Super Bowl 58, 6:30 p.m. Las Vegas, Sunday, February 11th. Rematch of Super Bowl 54. Who wins this game? Do the Chiefs officially become a dynasty, or do the 49ers win their 6th Super Bowl title and tie an NFL record held by the Patriots and the Steelers?
Absolutely. And the comment is Brock Purdy wears 13.
Yeah. So who's your pick, Eli? Go ahead. Go first.
I'll go to the pick, and then I'm going to read news when you're done.
Yep.
With your pick, all right? My pick. Right now, San Francisco's in favored by 2 points.
Drum roll.
Whenever the Chiefs are the underdogs, they go the extra mile. So taking home the Vince Lombardi Trophy and Super Bowl 58, give me the Kansas City Chiefs 31-24, locking it in 31-24. The Kansas City Chiefs are winning Super Bowl 58. Now, drum roll, please. Jack, take it away.
For my Super Bowl 58 prediction, the rematch of Super Bowl 54, the battle of two of the most historic franchises in NFL history. Two great defenses, playmakers on both sides of the ball for both teams. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs to win their 3rd Super Bowl in the last 5 years and their 5th Super Bowl ever by the final score of, get this, Eli, 22-13, because this is
Wow.
scripted. So Taylor Swift's, she has a song called 22 and her favorite number is 13. So that's going to be the score of the game. The Chiefs win it by 9 and they win their 3rd Super Bowl in the Mahomes, Kelsey, Andy Reid era and officially become the NFL's next dynasty and become the first repeating Super Bowl champions since the 03-04 New England Patriots.
Wow. So we both have the Chiefs. It's unanimous. So, which means is we will end our 12th Horseshoe podcast year in a tie in our picks.
Yep. Wow.
So,
how crazy is that, Eli?
Yeah. Martin has 49ers win 21-19. Wrong. Next. Let's get to our notes. All right. Seahawks hire former Bills defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier as their new assistant coach.
It's a good hire.
The cheapest ticket right now for the Super Bowl, by the way, is $9,000 for a suite, $2.5 million. Even Christian McCaffrey's family can't even afford it. So, yeah, that's how expensive the Super Bowl is. The Lions QB, Teddy Bridgewater, has accepted the job as the head coach of Miami Northwestern High School, which means he is retiring from the league. Patriots hired Jamet Springer, their special teams coordinator, Eli Van Pelt, offensive coordinator, DeMarcus Covington, defensive coordinator, and Commanders hired Dan Quinn as their head coach. Controversial pick.
I don't know, but I don't know if I agree with that. He almost seems like a bridge head coach for maybe like another great offensive mind later on. But we'll see how it goes, though. We'll see,
yes.
I guess.
These Super Bowl ads cost $103,500 in 1973. Today, it costs $7 million to put an ad.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah. Good thing we don't have ads, Jack. The only ad we have is on the St. Mary broadcast.
Yeah.
For free. Yeah. There will be 165 cameras for the Super Bowl. That includes Doink cameras, which I cannot wait to see that. I love that idea. Doink cameras inside the uprights. I think that's going to be awesome. I hope someone hits a Doink just so we can get the view of it. And there will be drones, 6 sets, including the strip and stadium for CBS, replay cameras, and they'll be on 3 different channels, two different channels, CBS and Nickelodeon, obviously, with the alternate broadcast. Nick Saban joins College Game Day as their new analyst on ESPN and will participate in the upcoming NFL draft as well as SEC events. CJ Stroud will be playing in the upcoming NBA Celebrity All-Star Game presented by Ruffles from Indianapolis. He will be under head coach Stephen A. Smith. Pretty cool.
Yikes.
Fewer viewers watched the NFL Pro Bowl as Eli Manning took the victory in the NFC over his brother, Peyton Manning, in the AFC for the second straight year of the world. Second straight year in a row. He is the winningest Pro Bowl coach of all time. Yeah, you can make a statement. Yep. Also, we had a few ESPN also had a few views for the All-Star game, fewer less. It was one of the worst All-Star weekends, I guess you could say, for the two. Speaking of ESPN is obviously owned by Disney, but Disney, Warner Brothers Studios, TNT, TBS, True TV, and Fox Sports will merge into one streaming service app, providing every sport on all of the 3 networks into one app that includes the upcoming FIFA World Cup and more. The app's new name and cost is unknown at the time, but it is set to release in fall of 2024. This is amazing, of course, because ESPN Plus was the original provider for ESPN content. Warner Brothers had Max. Now it'll be on one platform that includes Fox Sports. That is pretty cool. A lot of details. I know the company for Walt Disney announced all their quarter earnings today and a lot more information. So it's pretty cool that they got to do that. Pretty good loss. I know pretty good merge, I think, in my opinion. It will change the game of stream for sure. And will bring big competition to NBC's Peacock and CBS's Paramount Plus. The Eagles will be the home team for the NFL's
this is big.
First ever Sao Paulo, Brazil game in 2024, and it'll be on a Friday.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, this will be the first NFL game ever played in the Southern Hemisphere.
Correct. That is absolutely correct. And now my question is, will it be on Prime Video since NBC has the game on Thursday?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be on, I'm going to assume it's going to be on NFL Network.
It could be. But I would not be surprised, though, that Prime Video gets the rights to it somehow.
I don't really know, but we'll see, though. But yeah, we'll see how the Brazilians feel, though, about American football coming into their land, of course, where they play the original football. So we'll see how that goes.
Seahawks are expected to hire Jay Harbaugh as their new special teams coach. And yeah, that's all the notes I have. And happy Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah, happy Super Bowl weekend. Enjoy it, everyone.
Yes.
We're signing off here on the 12 Horseshoe podcast. Jack Rose and Eli Weintraub. We'll see you next week as we
On
begin
Monday,
the
more
offseason.
than
I can't
likely.
believe it, Eli. Yep.
More than
And
likely
go
on
Colts
Monday.
and go
Yes.
Rangers. Good night, everyone.
Go Seahawks.